Hi Year 5, hope everyone had a really good Easter. Haven't eaten too many Easter eggs. I might have had a couple, but don't tell anybody. This week we're going to be uploading a video every single day. Each day is going to be focusing on a new maths skill. Now it's all going to be revision, there's going to be nothing new that you haven't learned before, so it's just to refresh your memories, keep our brains ticking over so that when we get back to school, whenever that may be, we're all ready and raring to go. At any point, if you've got any questions or you're not sure of something or you'd like me to go over something that you've always not been 100% confident on, either post it on our class blog or please feel free to email the Year 5 email address, which you should all have by now, but I'll put it back in the class blog as well if you're not sure. Now, each day we're going to practice in a different skill, as I said. I'll be explaining, there'll be opportunity for you to pause and practice yourself. And then at the end, there'll be a chance for you to have an independent go on either My Maths or an activity on Purple Mash. But I'll let you know each day where to find the correct activity. So, today we are going to be looking at factors and multiples. As I said, this should be easy peasy today because it's not new learning. So let's start off with something easy peasy lemon squeezy. 5 times by 4 equals 20. Now, that's not the difficult bit. We're thinking about today factors and multiples. So we say that 5 is a factor of 20. A factor is something that you times by in order to get a product. We also say that factors come in pairs because we need 2 numbers times together in order to get an answer. So that would mean that 4 is also a factor of 20. So they produce a factor pair. Now this number, our product, we can also call this our multiple. So a multiple is created when we times 2 numbers together. Okay, so we've got a multiple. Other multiples of 20 would be 20, 40, 60, and so on. Those are our multiples. Okay. Now there are also other factors of 20. And this wasn't a very good place to start because when we're thinking about factors, we like to try and be systematic. So try and think about doing them in a logical order so that we don't miss any. So a good place to start would be 1. 1 times 20 is 20. So 1 is a factor, 20 is a factor. Then we carry on. 2 times by 10 is 20. Okay, so we're constantly looking for factors of 20. Okay, so 1 is a factor, 20 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 10 is a factor. Numbers that times together in order to get our answer. Okay, and this one is our multiple. Our first number that we are going to look at finding the factors for is 12. Okay, so remember, thinking systematically, we're going to start with 1. I'm going to create a little factor book to help me. So 1 times by 12, so that's its pair, both factors. Then I'm going to think systematically, so I'm going to go to 2. 2 times what is 12? Now I know that 2 is a factor because 12 is an even number, so it must be a factor. So 12 times by, 1 and 12, 2 and 6. I then carry on. So 3 I know is a factor of 12 because 3 times by 4 is 12. Now I'm going to think about 5. 5 isn't a factor of 12 because 12 isn't a multiple of 5, it doesn't end in a 5 or a 0. Then I would go to 6, which we've already got, so it looks like I've got all of the factors. I can then list my factors of 12 underneath. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So I could say that there are 6 factors of 12. Okay, now you can have a go at pausing the video and having a go at on your own of finding the factors of 24. When you come back to the video, we'll go through it together. Okay, so let's go through finding the factors of 24. Remember, we're being systematic, so we're all going to start with 1. Its pair is 24. 1 times 24. Next up, we're going to go with 2. We know that 2 is a factor because 24 is an even number. So we've got 2 and 12. Then we carry on and go with 3. 3 times by 8. Think about that. It's 24. Then we can carry on and go 4. 4 is a factor. 4 times by what is 24, so we know 4 times by 6. 7 isn't a factor, because 7 times, we can't do 7 times something to get to 24. 7 times 3 is 21, so we know 24 can't be. Then we go to 8. We've already done 8. It's not in 9, and then we get up to 12, so I think we've got them all there. So then again, we can list all of our factors. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. Hopefully you had a go yourselves and you've got the same factors as I did for 12 and for 24. Once we've done that, we can start to think about what are the common factors. So common factors meaning what are the same, what factors are factors of 12 and also factors of 24. So I've drawn here a bit of a Venn diagram. So this side I'm going to put factors of just 12, this side factors of just 24, and then in the middle we've got common factors, so the factors of both 12 and 24. So I can start off with 1. I can see that in both of my list of factors. So we call it a common factor. So it goes in the middle. I can also see that 2 is a common factor, as is 3, 4, 6. Now, 8 is a factor of 24, but not of 12. So I can put that over here. Then we've got 12. 12 is in both, so we call it a common factor, it goes here in the middle. And then lastly, we've got 24. Again, it's a factor of 24, but not of 12, so it goes over here. So I can say that the common factors of 12 and 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. It has a lot of common factors. Now, some of your questions in today's activity are going to ask you for the highest common factor. So that's talking about, out of these factors where they have the same, which one is the highest number? It's as simple as that. So we go down the list, because we've done it systematically, it's easy to spot, and the biggest number that I've got here in the middle is 12. So I can say that the highest common factor of 12 and 24 is 12. Something else that you might be asked today in today's activity is to think about the prime factors of these numbers. Now, to refresh our memories, a prime number is a number that only has 2 factors. Those factors are 1 and itself. So if I take one of these numbers here, let's take 3. If I was going to do a factor book for 3, I can only put it in a group of 1 or 3. I can either have 3 groups of 1 or 1 group of 3. There is no other way for me to organise those groups. And so it's only got 2 factors, 1 and 3, which is the number itself. And so 3 is a prime number. So thinking about coming back to our factors of 12 and 24, the numbers that are prime are 1, there's a bit of debate about that, 2 is a special prime number, see if you can tell me why, put that in your email. 3 is a prime number, 4 isn't, 6 isn't, 8 isn't, 12 isn't, and 24 isn't. Now remember, to give you a bit of a clue here, we know that these aren't prime numbers because they are all even. Okay, so which one's the odd one out here? So hopefully that should help you with that question, and we'll come back and we'll do a little bit more on prime numbers tomorrow as well. Now it's time for you to have a go again. I want you to have a go now list all the factors of 28, list all of the factors of 36, and then I want you to find me the highest common factor of 28 and 36. And I also want you to, when you've written out the factors of each number, I want you to circle the prime numbers, the prime factors. Okay? Pause the video and have a go, and then we'll go through it. Now we have our factors of both 28 and 36. We can think about which ones are the common factors. So which ones are both factors of 28 and 36? So we've got 1 is in both sets, 2 is in both sets, 4 is in both sets, 6, no, 7, no, 14, no, 28. So that's all of them. Okay, those are our common factors. So then thinking about our highest common factor, we are just thinking about the highest number that is in both, the highest common factor. So that would be 4. Easy peasy. Now I also set you a bit of a challenge to think about, out of the factors of the number, which ones are prime. So 1 is a prime number, 2 is a prime number, 4 is even, 7 is a prime number, 14 isn't, and 28 isn't. Okay, so those are the prime factors. Prime factors. Over here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 9 is an odd number, but it isn't prime, remember, because 3 is also a factor. 12, 18, and 36. So there you go. So that concludes today's video. The activity for today you're going to find on My Maths. It's called Factors and Primes. Just before you go though, I have got a challenge for some of you today. So I'm going to put this on the screen. You can pause it and then have a go. So here you go. Now also remember, if you've got any questions from today or anything you're not sure of, post it on the blog or email the Year 5 email address. Have a good day.